Hello! It's a new scene to animate right now. So let's see how is that we're going to approach this scene because I have no idea. I have no idea. So the interesting thing about this scene, look, is that his hands animation. Whoop, 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 whoop. So he's the owner of three chihuahuas making the silhouette of his dog. That's what we're going to be doing right now, and I'm working this project with puppets, with Toon Boom rigs. So the challenge here is like, should I make this cutout? Should I make this traditional? I have no idea. Let's see. For example, here at least I know that the only thing that I need from this dude is the arms. So what I'm going to do is take this. Okay, make this. I have to think how I'm going to approach this so that this will be funny. So the hands should be this size, that size, around that size. Yeah. I'm eyeballing here. And next, what I'm going to do is just move this character here, and just keyframe this dude on the first frame. And what I'm and what I'm going to do is take the arms. This is the new version of Toon Boom, so some things are crazy different, like these lighting effects. So I'm going to use this. It's the same silhouette. It's the same silhouette, to be honest. It's the same silhouette. And I'm going to put a node here to make this completely black, so we don't have to focus on the details of this dude, neither on the nails. So cool. We have the arms here, and sorry, I'm a little bit sick. So we come here, key pose, extremely key pose here, and black. And then yeah, we have this pose, and now the ear is moving. But okay, let's go. As you can see, I imported the animatic, and now I'm going to work with the rig on top of this. So this is the main, I think this is like the main pose over here. So let's try to build that pose with the rig. How should I start? So maybe something like this. I created this system of arms of this dude in two different ways. Like this, with these two deformers in the arms. Like I can move this like this. And why is not auto patching with the hands? Huh? Why is not auto patching with the hands? Black. There you go. So maybe I'm going to use this system of hands, because this will work better than the other one. Because on the other one I have to move a lot of things around. Actually, I need to make this a little bit open towards that part of the arm. Amazing. And I also leave here, I hope I did, a node in which I'm telling my future self, meaning that myself of right now, is like, hey dude, if you want to use this arm, connect this to the hand. Amazing. And this will move the hand with this point here. Awesome. Now I want also the line of this arm to be a little bit, thinner, so I'm going to make like a 15. Better. Awesome. Another thing that I want is getting rid of this line here. So that's the cool thing about the rigs that I use, is that I can destroy them the way that I want in each scene. And yeah, that's an advantage of making my own rigs for my own projects, because I know what I did and how can I break those rigs to make them work the way that I want them to work for me. Awesome. Going to connect this to the hand. Amazing. And then this comes like this. Oopsie. Something like this. Amazing. Awesome. Everything will be very easy from here. Now, time to draw the hands. Actually, the animation is almost there in the animatic. I'm going to bring the animatic the animatic towards the front, so I can literally trace on top of this dude. Okay, the size is smaller. I'm going to reduce the opacity of this. Where's my properties layer? Here, on this other screen. You want to see something crazy? I'm using Toon Boom on my iPod. I was able to extend the screen of my laptop here to my iPad, and now I can work like this. Awesome, awesome. Focus, focus, focus. Okay. So, block this. What we are having here? We're having these arms coming from here, maybe something like this, to this. Oh, maybe, oh, also the arm here is something like this. I'm glad that I noticed that right now. So the rhythm of that arm is like that. I'm going to change the hands later. Here, there you go, something like this. Awesome, and poop, poop. This comes like this. Oopsie, oopsie. There you go. So they come together and then clack. Now I'm going to copy and paste this here. And now this arm stretches a bit like this. It was inside like that. And this one stretches like this. Actually, I want a straight line here. Awesome. Goes poop, poop. Awesome. Poop, poop, poop. And then the ears move. Awesome. Now, time to draw hands. My favorite part. So, new layer. I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to create a silhouette. Well, the silhouette is there actually. I should just copy that thing. But okay, let's rework on this if needed. For example, what can I do different here? I love that hand. Here a curve, here I can have a straight, here I can have a curve, and here, well, I can push the silhouette maybe. So here I can have a straight like that, and from here to here I can go like this, around like this. Awesome. And maybe these fingers, yeah, because here like almost the same size. So if I'm doing something like this, I'm like maybe opening this silhouette a bit, following this shape that I built there. So here I'm gonna have something like this. I want to keep these fingers like sausages, so something like this. Yeah. Something like this, tapering towards the bottom. So here it's time for me to design these shadow shapes. Are almost like silhouettes only. So thinking about this like a logo. So I'm just putting some time sculpting here these shapes. I don't like this back line here. That's why I love this brush, because it allows me to sculpt these fingers. Awesome. Maybe actually this could be rounded. Yeah, this could be rounded, this could be straight. Or maybe what if this is curved? What if it's a not? Nah. You know, maybe because I saw a lot already the animatic with the shapes that I have right now, I'm already just like liking that shape. See, it's so simple. Let's keep that shape. Let's keep that shape. And then I'll also have to figure it out. I'll also have to figure out the how to create a node. Well, no, I'm not creating a node. How to, I need to find a node in Toon Boom, which is going to make all of these shapes black, including the line art and the color art. So you'll be with me in this process of trying to find these things. So I'm going to copy this. I want this finger to be a little bit bigger than the pinky, so I'm just extending this. I'm taking this and extending this a bit like this. Awesome. And this one here like this. Yeah, I like it to be rounded like that. Awesome. We have something like this. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. Beautiful. You know what? This is taper, and this is super symmetrical here. Awful. Wait. Let me push that thing here. Without making this or no. How can I push this without affecting the other shape? Something like this, maybe? Yeah. Let's do it like that for now. We have to continue. I have to make also this a bit bigger. Awesome. And the line thickness of this will be something like this. So yeah, we're going to solve that eventually. Awesome. The other one. I need to draw my hand. So I'm doing this. So this is the hand. This is the palm shape here. This is the thumb. So the thumb comes like here, like this, and this. Oopsie. This is the knuckles here. And what I'm doing right now is just drawing from my hand, but eventually I'm going to simplify this into simple, super simple shapes. Okay, so this is like the basic shape silhouette of my hand. Now I'm flipping this, and now it's a matter of like, how can I simplify this into this style? So let's hide the rig for a little bit. No, oh, I was drawing in which layer I'm drawing. I'm drawing of this thing. So I'm going to lower the opacity of this. Lowering the opacity, awesome. And then I'm coming here and just drawing this hand on the shape, on the style of my short film. I like to try to get shapes in one line, but when it's not happening, I can always go like this. Awesome. Well, I don't have a gap between these, but I want to leave that gap just because it looks funny. But maybe if I do something like this, they have a gap there, but it should be a slide. So, and it should be in the middle of the fingers going around. So I can maybe do something like this. And this comes around like this. Awesome. And the palm, because I want to make this finger like this. Now this will create this rhythm, an S with the palm. So this will be the rhythm with the palm. Beautiful. All the information is here, dude. All the information is here around us in our body. All the information is here. Now this finger is too long. Now I can make a contrast here, maybe like straight and then curve here. Yeah, that'll give me a better silhouette here. Now here, up, so this could be an S too. Feels like it's going to do this, but no. So what can I do here is yeah, something like this is better, but I have to find appealing shapes here. No. So this part should be tapered. This part should be tapered, and this part should be bigger. Awesome. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. I like how I simplify this thing here like this. I am wasting so much time, dude. The Henry from the past did a good job here. Well, we're not seeing this. But also this looks... No, it doesn't look... No, it's okay. Being picky here. Okay, whatever. Let's continue. Why am I losing time, dude? I really like the silhouettes that I have. See this C shape here? Amazing. So we have these. Yeah, get out of here. Me being picky with my own self. Get out of here. This is the hand. Amazing. Also, get out of here. Now you arm come up again. Bigger. So right now I'm going to design these hands, and then I'm going to animate all of this. Also, where's the hand? Huh? Oh, of course, I changed that. Awesome. Going to grab one finger and the fingers copy paste here to just have the same thickness of the line. Awesome. I'm going to group all of this. Get out of here. I'm going to... No. So I'm going to build this silhouette with this pencil line, which is a bit more boring than drawing, but it's what I'm doing right now. Because right now, working with the iPad, one of the pitfalls is that it's not giving me a straight line. Sometimes it's making some weird stuff, so I don't want that. And to fix that, I'm going to use this pencil tool and just trace this silhouette with this tool. So all the time of drawing hands, 18 minutes drawing hands for nothing. But well, now you know the process that I do behind the scenes when I actually have to draw hands or something like that. Also, this comes here like this. I can put another point here, so I'm pressing Alt and clicking on top of the line, and that adds these new dots on my line. Now I'm thinking if I'm going to animate this traditional, because I don't want to rig the fingers. That will be also very messy to rig the fingers. I have to animate this traditional. That's why I start drawing the hands. Because it will not be the best to... I can animate this in silhouettes actually. I can animate it. And instead of putting the formers to make everything black, you can just color this in black. I mean, that's a color card. Let's see if this actually works. Sometimes the answers are more simple than we think. What is happening here? Oh. Yeah, dude, I think this will be the best. What is happening here? Dude, what is happening with you? Oh, maybe I need to add more dots here. Let's see if this fixes the thing. No? Why is doing that? Here's working. Here, black is not working. That's so weird. What if I turn off these deformers? No, it's not a deformers thing. Let's color again this piece then. Let's color again this piece because I'm not sure why it's doing that. So I'm going to pass this color information here and just paint this in black. It should be working now, yeah. Awesome, solved. Where is this thing? Opa? Yeah, so let's copy this in here. The hand. Drawing substitutions. Oh shoot. Okay, I have to draw this again. As I'm going to work on I'm going to animate these black silhouettes. I'm going to just continue working like this and animating black silhouettes. That will be an interesting challenge. And I think this also will make things faster in some way. There you go. More negative space here. Actually, I feel like I know that I can make this simple and not complicate my life. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, let's get rid of this hand here. This should be here. So new layer, black. I'm going to trace on top of this thing with the brush tool. Yeah. There's an easy way to do this. And not because I'm looking for an easy way to solving things, but because it's like, dude, it's about working smart. And if I'm not finding the smart way of solving these issues, then I'm curious and I want to find those ways. In my head it's like, you should be doing this traditional. So copy and paste this here. Awesome. I have to work on the silhouettes of these hands, arms. So this comes like this. And then quack, quack, quack. Now, one interesting thing, or something different from the animatic and the and the final animation, is that the thickness of the wrist is different. I selected both. I was like, what? Is that the thickness of the wrist is different. So now it looks a bit different from the shadows, and I don't know how the final product will look because I cannot trace exactly what I have on the animatic. And here now I only need the ears, meaning like these fingers here. Awesome. Black. Oh, I also need the index. Oopsie. And then we have something like this. Black. Does this look like a dog? Boom. Okay, from here, we go. I can slow out a bit, just a bit, and boom. Then I'm inside. Black. Boom. No, it should be even less the slow out. Yeah, super. And here, it'll be funny if I do like type of Billy and Mandy jokes, which things are going like this. Gee, wiki, wiki, wiki. So I can take these, I can make some frames here, grab these and being like, there you go. And then black, the finger goes up. And also these fingers also change. So what I'm going to do here is just duplicate this. Whoop, and cut this shape. Cut that shape, and now I'm going to just grab this finger and duplicate it here. Maybe this rotating a little bit that side. Awesome. No, too big. And I also need this index. This will come like this. Awesome. And then I just paint this. Clack. This dude breaks its finger. Just to make the pose of the dog. Oopa! Awesome. Super Renya Stimpy. Oopsie. Joke here. And oopa. There you go. I don't like it. Maybe this part could be a little bit more rounded. And this could be more rounded here too. Awesome. And here it could be tapered more towards the bottom. Oopsie. There you go. Crack. Crack. And it's the dog. Oopsie. I had too many points. Sorry guys, I'm sick. There you go. Water. So, crack, crack. I don't like this shape. It's too messy. I'm going to grab these, make something like this. Nah. Epa! Yes. And black. Looks like a bunny actually. Maybe I can reuse this animation on the fight sequence when the dog gets inside of the... Let's look at that. When the dog gets inside of the... Dude, work. Inside of the robot. Yes. Maybe I can put like a juxtaposition frame here. Oh, this is not. Where are you? Look. Look. Here. When the dog gets inside of the robot. Well, here we have the clue of the human, like, hey, look. Go inside and the dog is like, oh, got it. And boom! It's like, I'm ready for this. And here, maybe, when it's going up that way, I can put like the finger going like I can put like this animation of the... Get out of here. I can put animation of the finger. Wait. I can put animation of the finger going like crack, up. But it's going that way. Wait. Or it's like, I can make like here I can put animation of the finger of the first scene when first attached to each other, and then here I can put like the one that is like a crack up, and then here, well, here's just explosion. But yeah, I can reuse this animation actually at that on that scene. I'm still not in love with this shape. Come on, iPad, work for me. You know that we have to treat machines very well if they control us some time. That's why I'm like, iPad, please behave. Behave. Come on. Crack. I can put this here, and this wiggle thing, this wiggle can last for a bit longer. And these arms moving up could go a little bit slower, sooner, just moving the timing. Now here in the middle, okay, these have a timing. I'll put like a, I need just a super like a neutral timing here. So I'm putting on both sides, I'm putting like a 44. So I'm saying the software, I'm telling to boom, hey, slow in a 44% of being how can I explain this thing? It's like right time ratio is like how much I'm going to slow out. The bigger the number, the bigger the slow out. The lower the number, the lower the slowest the not the slow the slow out is not that much. And when we come here and I say like left hand ratio, I'm like, okay, if I put a 44, it's like yeah, a slow in. If I put a 99, it's like very punchy slow in. Let's look at this. See, but I don't want it to be too like punchy here. I want it to be like. I'm always thinking like in sounds. Put a 44 here. There you go. Maybe a little bit more slow. Awesome. There you go. Where's the percent? Where's the numbers? 28, 37. Yeah, it's okay. And here, I want to add some drag on this arm. Like it's going like this. Whoopa? Oopa? Maybe not too much drag here, less. And on this middle frame, I make sure there's no properties here. So I have cleaned the extreme properties, the extreme timing that I establish. So no single properties here. That's why I keep that as a white dot. And this, yeah, I can add a bit of a rotation maybe. Just to keep this alive. Awesome. And then I'm breaking this on twos, and I don't care if I don't include this one, but I already have all the, just by dragging and making a change in the middle without putting that like as a frame and just cleaning that middle frame, so I still have the properties in the extremes of the timing that I established. Just by adding that, all my curve of the lines, all the in between the two bone will give me now will change and will have this curve, these arcs in the middle of the movement, and I can just break that and that's it. Oops, so we're coming from here. Actually, oops. We should start out of it. We should start. Yeah, we should start around here. We should be out of the screen. Oops. Now it's too fast. Now I don't like it. So if I move those things, these things will move a bit. So let's put a 33 here. Now I'm going inside of this line, putting back, making sure these have no properties here. Awesome. Let's put a 44 now. No, let's put a 33. I like it how it was before, but now, yeah. We have something there. Let's see. $44. Yeah, I like that. So here I can drag this thing a bit. I like that. Maybe I want this sooner. Being picky on this stupid thing. Okay, yeah, maybe it should be here, because I need to reveal the silhouette of that hand sooner. Yes. And then I'll grab all of this. Now I will cut this two in another way. I'll come here and I will put these two. Awesome. Okay, and this first frame will be this exact same first frame. Are these touching? Yeah. Ah! I don't want these to touch each other. Let's go back. So now I can delay this one, so this one can have another time and can arrive later. Ay, la concha. I really like this. Now I can just take this upper arm and move this back. So one comes first. Not that much, actually. I think this this fixed the issue very beautifully. What is happening here? Okay, I don't care. And then I'm just going to break all of these on twos. So I'm coming here into these two dots, which looks like a robot eye. I'll click here and I will break here this thing. And then just use this frame as the first frame here. Beautiful. Crack. Let's finish with this. Crack. 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 Oopa. I'm having a little white gap here. I'm saving the scene. I'm saving before I forget. I hope it's safe. I hope it's safe. What is happening? No, 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 no. I'm saving. Awesome. Dude, stop doing that weird stuff. Awesome. Thank you. Black. And then here. And then here is like. Oopa, oopa, oopa. Okay, what is happening with this? 17% here, 90% here. My laptop is the one that is going to die now. Okay, we move the ears here. What is happening? I don't know if you can see all the issues that I'm having here with my new monitor, which is my iPad. So let's go. Let me connect my laptop. No, how percentage? 60. I can finish animating this. So I'm going to mark a frame here just to create a loop. Mark frame red. Mark frame red. Oopa, it didn't mark a frame red. Mark frame red. I'm going to copy this one. Here's the same. Oopa. There you go. Okay, the base of the fingers should stay at the same place. So, color card, get out of here. Yeah, I want that. So let's add a deformer in there. So I'm going to grab these. Add a deformation chain, so it only affects the drawing that I'm in right now. Tool properties, this deformation thing here. Put in just two. Keyframing all of this so it doesn't affect here. Some. It's moving too much this part, which I don't want to move. I don't want this to move. This part here. So you know what? Yeah, get rid of this. I'm just taking all of this and making this a bit thinner there. Awesome. And then crack. And then we wait there, we hold that frame, and then we start moving. Wiki, wiki, wiki. wiki here. Get out of here. Back again. So I'm going to leave, yeah, I'm going to leave one frame between all of this. 1, 2 here, and then we change into ones. Okay. I'm going to push here 33. Wait, no. Let's put a 55 and here a 77. And I'm just seeing how this will look like. Boop. Let's see. And then I just copy and paste this here. Move this dude apart. And then doing this. Actually, I don't want to move this part. So I'm going to just get rid of all of these frames. Oopa, oopa. I don't want this to in between there, so there you go, solved. Crack, crack, that. Awesome. Maybe I can change something here on the, just make some variation on one of these drawings so it doesn't feel like the same, even though it's the same. And this could be 44. Yeah. Awesome, amazing. Now I'm cutting this all in twos. Awesome, and then I cut this chain. There you go, we have the animation there. How long is this video? 47 minutes? It's okay. And then I'm just grabbing this. Can you see that? What is happening there? I hope, oh yeah, you can see that craziness that is happening there. Maybe because I enabled something on the pen settings. I'll check that. Need to get rid of that thing there also. Cool, it's working. And track back. Back. Awesome, the scene is done. Amazing. I have no idea if you get something from this video, but if you get, amazing. And yeah, this is actually this is how I am approach this scene. Sometimes I have no idea how to approach this scene. Sometimes I'm like, should I do this specific scene traditional, or should I make this scene cut out? And at the end, it doesn't matter. It's just different ways. It's just different ways of approaching a problem. But at the end, it's just about problem solving and trying to find a way, or the best way for you to solve this issue. But for me right now, at 10 o'clock, I wanted to find the quickest way, so I don't have to spend all the night on this scene, because I know that I have to put my energy on other scenes that will take a lot of time. You saw when I was posing the robot or the chihuahua, the monster chihuahua, when I end up at the rigging series of each one of them. Each of these characters took 1 hour to make one pose, and maybe because I was talking and all of that. But no, even on the intro scene, I mean, window is open, so I was looking if there's no cockroaches going inside or something like that. So even on the first intro scene that I animated, this robot making like and fighting this city with the laser beams, it's like, dude, each pose took me like around 1 hour. In 1 hour I was able to make, and then when I get faster, in 1 hour I was able to get 2 or 3 poses. So it takes time. So it doesn't make too much sense for me to spend too much time here when I can actually put that time on other scenes later on. I can see some things that I don't like right now, like that pop. I can maybe add some frames, but I'll do that later. I'll do that later if I want to revisit the scene. But that's it. Bye. Okay, I'm super fast here again because look at this. I found a way without adding an in between, the same thing that I was saying. Instead of problem solving this in a long way, which is the faster way, this is the faster way. Look, but I can just overshoot there. So it's like, and that's it. Maybe I can settle down to this pose. I can settle into this pose, but I can really push the settle, so it's like almost like some frames. Amazing. That's it. So we have this. That's it. Simple. Bye.